Today, we're igniting your week purpose, diving into an important part of the love equation. And I am happy you are here. It gives my heart joy. It means people are showing up for love. That always gets me excited because I am all about love. An important part of the love equation, something transformative for your relationships and personal growth. We're talking about love energies. Understanding love energies is a game changer, whether you're single, dating, or in a committed relationship. Here's a question for you. Have you ever thought you're doing all the work in a relationship? You're driving the car while the other person is just along for the ride. Or maybe you feel like you're sitting in the passenger seat, but don't know where the car is going, have no say, or a zero in the relationship. These dynamics often come from misaligned love energies. Today, we'll explore what these energies are, how they impact your relationship, and how to align with your natural energy to create more harmony and confidence. So, y'all ready for that? I'm ready for that. I like to reassess this every day for myself just to keep myself in check. Grab your coffee, your notebook, or settle in. I encourage you write down any questions. Exploring the love energies. Here's an important question. Do you want your thoughts respected more than your feelings cherished? Or your feelings cherished more than your thoughts respected? Take a moment, reflect on that. Your answer offers a big clue about what love energy you're dating, mating, and relating from. If you want to lean towards wanting and your thoughts respected, you might align more with the masculine energy. And this doesn't mean you're masculine in the traditional sense. It's about leading, deciding, and taking action and the energy that you're speaking, behaving, and doing in. If you lean more towards wanting your feelings cherished more, notice I'm saying more, not or, you might be aligning with the feminine energy. The feminine energy is about being respectful, available, and creating connection. So here's the important part. Neither is better or worse. It's about understanding what is most authentic to you. Think of a relationship as a dance, right? When both partners are in sync, it's a beautiful waltz. But when both are trying to lead, they're duking it out for who's the bigger man. And if neither leads, it's like two girls going nowhere. So you can feel chaotic freestyle dancing or even a collision. We're aiming for that waltz. Imagine, to switch metaphors, imagine a car, a Ferrari, because why not dream big, right? In this car, there's a driver and a passenger. Which are you? The driver sets the direction and takes the wheel. The passenger supports, gives feedback, and enjoys the ride. If both try to drive at once, or if neither communicates, there's bound to be a crash. And that's not fun. So this week, I challenge you to reflect on your own love energy. Do you want to lead and have your thoughts respected more, or be supporting while having a voice and a vote? That's crucial. We're not doing doormat training here. And have your feelings cherished more. Have you been embracing your true energy in your relationship, or have you been out of sync? Or maybe you're going on a love energy that's based on trauma or the past where you protected, provided, and cherished yourself because there was no masculine energy in your life. And maybe that's not where you want to come from, where you want to live from, how you want to receive. And have you been stepping out of sync with that? So once you are conscious of the love energy, know how to navigate them and master them, you get to be what you want when you want, which is really fun. So when you align with your natural energy, you're not just creating harmony in your relationship, you're also showing up in the world with more confidence and authenticity. As a result, you will have a whole lot more fun. And that's what we're aiming for. Make this fun. This isn't meant to be a veil of tears. Dating can be a lot of fun. In today's world, it's tricky because culture is teaching us something different. It's not wanting you to date necessarily or wanting you to pair off necessarily. And if that's in your heart as to what you want, there's going to be conflict. And if you want to explore more on this topic, there's a special Valentine's Flirty February Love Lab workshop, and it's coming up. So text me if you want the details of that. You can text Valentine, and then I will send you more information on that. We have explored basics of love energies. I want to hear from you. What's questions do you have about identifying or aligning with your love energy? For example, you might wonder, how do I apply this idea in a specific situation? Or how do I communicate my love energy to my partner? The love seat is for questions, celebrating or sharing gratitudes. Gratitudes are always wonderful. This is your time to gain clarity and take action. Great question, because it's very easy in today's world to slide into buddy buddy. That's when we're both in our masculine energies or both in our feminine. It's just kicking into default mode. And we can also grab the reins if we're with someone that's maybe a little more passive than we are. So feminine is passive, patient, vulnerable, and respectful and available and receptive. So you want to keep those things in mind. And the feminine is in their body and not so much in their head. You can get into your body through somatic things like yoga and different somatic classes that leans towards working with the body, working with the vagus nerve. Sometimes being passive, we're being more passive, like playing dead because they're so passive. So we want to be passive, yet not ignoring them. We want to do what I call the presenting protocol in any given moment, not just when you go out on dates. You get to do the presenting protocol. And it's okay if you're married, if you're single. The presenting protocol is when you present the present in the present to receive his presence and presence. So you're presenting the present, which is you, in the present, which is the present moment, to receive his presence, which is him here before us, and his presence of what he's giving, whether it's a text or a meal or a condo or a ring. Be in the moment of not wanting more. That wanting can put us into that masculine energy. Present the present in the present, receive his presence and presence. Sometimes our masculine is coming out to protect, provide, and cherish us. And what that does is block other masculines. It's kind of like cock blocking other masculines from getting to our feminine. We want to get our masculine out of the way so we can receive the fabulous men they are. We also want to get out of their way so they get to be those fabulous men. Now, some people are saying fabulous men are horrible. Well, with this work, you'll desensitize with little increments to the good men, which is tricky. There's an art to that. But there are good men out there. Most men want to give, protect, and cherish. They do good to feel good. So we want to get out of their way and follow their lead and get into that waltz that I talked about. One thing you can do too, if you find yourself going into that buddy buddy or outmanning him, most rooms have a bathroom and an exit. You want to excuse yourself and go to the restroom before getting to that place of disrespecting him. I suggest creating a ritual for yourself in the bathroom, whether it's your own bathroom and you can have a little box in there for a ritual, or you can have maybe a little list in your purse or on your phone, and you can meditate, breathe, get back in your body. My mom used to teach us run cold water over our wrist, and we could dab our face with it. Maybe dab our face if we're wearing makeup. We don't want to have running makeup, but dab your face with cold water, maybe your neck with cold water to just get back into the present moment. Maybe do some stretching. As you exit the bathroom, do the doorway, Joe. Every time we walk through a doorway, even a car door, we want to breathe, recenter, remember confidence, fix our posture, smile. Remember, we're the prize. We're lovable because we exist. We do not have to do something to deserve love. We're open and approachable, and we enter wherever we're entering as the queen we are, and we're receiving, and we're saying no to what's we're not into. We're saying no to what we're not comfortable with. We're saying no to the illegal, immoral, and unethical. And we're receiving and saying yes to what we want, because we are the huge magnet. We're attracting everything. It's not what you attract, it's what you keep. Here's a question. I see somebody typing. Maybe that's a question. Okay. How do I know if I'm naturally aligned with feminine or masculine energy? How do I know if I'm naturally aligned? Okay, what I mentioned earlier, maybe that's what they're addressing, is we may be operating from a love energy that we don't want to be operating from. We may be operating from something from a wound. The best way to explore this is to practice and get out in the world and practice. Practice a little from your feminine and do this one day at a time, not like spinning totally in the moment and going flip flopping all over the place. One day, go out, practice showing up feminine, being available, being approachable, listening, smiling, looking people in the eyes, and following their lead. If it's, like I said, legal, moral, and ethical. Another day, go out and explore your masculine. Take initiative. Go up to people and talk to them. Ask people for coffee and pay for that coffee. Take the lead. Make some decisions and see how that works for you. Now, when we're single, we're all of these things. We're a party amongst ourselves a lot of times because we've got to do it all. But you want to be mindful when you're going out to pick an energy, because if you're a party amongst yourselves, there's not really much room for others in our life. There's also alpha energy, which a lot of people drawn to this work are alpha. I know for myself, I'm very much alpha energy, which is very equal masculine and feminine energy. Sometimes it's like seeing double. And people that are alphas tend to be susceptible to addictions because sometimes that knocks out one side of us so we could see straight. But when the feminine uses substances, we knock out the feminine side and climb up in our head. We climb up in our head and we get more masculine and we're in the thinking mode, the doing mode. And the men tend to knock out their thinking and they get more in their bodies, in their feelings, more emotional, more receiving. That's one of the reasons at a bar, you'll see two people get together that are drunk. The woman's totally chasing him, overgiving, giving her sex, buying her own drinks. And he's there receiving, totally into the free sex, totally into receiving from her without earning anything. Now you got the beer goggles on. Everybody's inverted. We go home, two bodies bump together in the night, and we wake up sober and we're like, who is this person? Oh, dear God. So that's because now with the beer goggles are off and we're getting back to switching back to opposite energy, and it could be a big mess. I encourage you to go out and play with this, because the more you get conscious with it, the more you can be what you want when you want. I'm not saying staying available, respectful, and receptive, maybe on the subway at 3 a.m. Maybe that's a time to bring out more masculine energy to protect, provide, and cherish yourself on the train. You're aware if there's a man that's coming to protect you on the subway, you can suss it out and you become more discerning. We have some more time left for the love seat. Okay, here's somebody's typing still. Let's see. What if my partner and I both want to lead? Now, there's a good question. What happens is there's a lot of duking it out, because ultimately someone's going to be the bigger man. If you're going into a movie theater and looking for a place to sit, somebody's ultimately going to be the decision maker there. If you both want to be the decision maker and the leader, you might be fighting, or the person that wins, the person that doesn't win and pick where they want to sit might be feeling animosity or disgruntled. It's important to have communication with your loved one, your partner, your date, and see if you want to switch roles. One of the things you want to watch for is not spinning to fit whatever they want. That's why it's good to think of this now. Think of it before you go out into the world, before you go into that conversation. Decide for you what's right for you and what you want, and get grounded in it. Either it'll be two girls going nowhere, or a waltz if you're feminine, or if you decide to be the masculine, they're the feminine and you waltz. Stay grounded in the one that you want to be. And then you get to switch roles, but that's about communicating and getting to agreement with switching roles. Because remember that Ferrari, when you're going down that mountain, you don't want to just reach over and start driving while the other person's driving. There's going to be a problem. You're probably going to crash. You want to communicate. Hey, what do you think of me driving for a little while? And negotiate that with words. and you don't want him driving or the person driving, just throw their hands up and stop driving while the car's going and not communicate to the other person. Hey, I want to take a break here. You want to watch. The idea is in romantic relationships to walls have the complementary energy. That equal energy kills the romance. It kills the spark. We're giving kind of a high level view because we only have so much time on this call, but these are places you can start. And with that in mind, here's your love action step for the week. I want to give some love action steps to get you into and participating in your love story. So the love action step for the week, reflect on where you feel most comfortable leading or supporting, the masculine or the feminine. Reflect on that. Even if you already know, this can reinforce it for you because, like I said, you want to be grounded in it. Write it down and look for ways to embrace that energy in your interactions this week. It could be as simple as saying, if you're doing the masculine, it could be as simple as saying what you want and leading a date, or if you're going to be in the feminine, being available and approachable and saying, yes, please, thank you, to someone who wants to give to you. Remember, relationships are about flow, not force. When you understand and embrace your love energy, you create space for harmony and connection, both in your relationship and in your daily life. So I'll leave you with this thought. Love isn't about control. It's about collaboration. When you find your rhythm, the dance becomes effortless. When you embrace your energy, you create harmony in your relationship and in your life. Step into this week with confidence and practice that. I can't wait to hear how much you put this into action. For those who want to dive deeper into love energies and more, there's a special Valentine's Flirty Friday, not Flirty Friday. Oh, that's what we do on Instagram. Flirty February Love Lab workshop coming up, and just text me for information. And you can also find me on Instagram. So do this and follow me